Alright YouTube, what is going on? It is ConflctNerd here today, bringing you another episode of my Prison Architect series. Today I believe this is going to be my last episode of Prison Architect for the time being, because I want to go ahead and move on to some other games. I will probably bring this series back, so at the end of this episode I might see how much money we have and go ahead and sell the prison, or I might go ahead and just keep it and we can go ahead and build and extend it in the future. So what I want to do this episode is finish off what I'm currently building, which is this interesting building over here. Go ahead and add a little bit more to and around it. Then I want to go ahead and just expand on some of the facilities, and also want to go ahead and reach 100 prisoners as well. So quite a lot to do. So as we can see here, we've built lots of different rooms, and the reason behind this is because I wanted to go ahead and build essentially one of every single room, which is what I've done, bar a forestry, which we will build in this game. There's still a lot of stuff I haven't done in this game, but I've basically done, I guess you could say, at least half, if not 75% of the things. The thing is, I've not touched is like CCTV, for example, some more security aspects, legal aspects, along with protective, supermax and death row inmates. That's something which I may do in the future, however. So, as we can see here, we are currently, essentially we've built all the rooms I need to go ahead and build. However, I still need to make some more modifications though. This room down here is going to be very useful because we're about to go ahead and add in a lot more remote access to all these doors, which will be very, very useful. So let's go ahead and first of all deal with this small issue over here of a little bit of electricity. Not that a big issue, but this extra L here it's not getting used right now, but that's not saying that it won't get used in the future. I also want to go ahead and knock down I just need to knock down more fences really, so let's go ahead and grab myself a fence. We're actually going to put a new fence up before we go ahead and knock another fence down. So we're going to go ahead and build a fence here, and then this means we've got this whole bottom area which we've not touched, and I'm going to allow my prisoners free roam around this whole area around the top now. However, I'm not going to allow them along this back area here because there's no real need, and we also might add in some more cell areas into this part of the prison here to go ahead and try and reach that 100, because essentially I don't actually want to go ahead and create a new prison block. However, I'm probably actually going to have to do that because there's no way we're getting 14 extra jail cells in this small space. However, we could try, and I might actually do that. We'll cross that bridge though when we get to it. So that fence is getting built, which is good. That means that I can go ahead and essentially I don't need these fences, but I like to have these fences, and it's definitely worked out well for me in the past. So let's go ahead and delete all that. Let's go ahead and dismantle that there. And then we're going to go ahead and work on my paving stone network here. So we're going to go ahead and add in a lot more paving stones. So we're going to add in some more paving stones which come along here. We're then going to go ahead and drop you along there like that. So we'll then go ahead and have a single path coming right up here through the middle. We'll extend you there, and then we'll extend you along to there and then into there. So that'll go ahead and basically allow for everything that I want. We also need to go ahead and add grass into a lot more areas of this whole general prison. Why, for example, are you an indoor area right now? Or it's just, I've never been able really to build much here. I don't know why it is, it's just your strange colour, and I'm not really at all sure. It's just very strange, that's the bottom line. So what I am going to do though is I'm going to go ahead and add in a lot of grass. Now I mean a lot of grass. This is going to cost me quite a bit of money, but we've got a fair amount of money to spare right now, so we're just going to go ahead and add in a little bit more detail to the prison in this final episode. Something which I'm wanting to be doing for a while, however I've just not had the funds, but now I have the funds, I'm going ahead and doing it. So just adding in grass into the areas which are basically not paths, that's the bottom line. As we can see the path here, it's not very well defined, but it is a path. We definitely need the gardeners to get over here though. Is there anyone stuck at the bottom here? There is. So I want you two gardeners to go ahead, and I don't want you to focus on this area, so I want to go ahead and move you back into the other area. So we're going to go ahead and have a door which connects up to the outside. I don't want anyone wandering around in this area at the bottom anymore, so I'm not going to have access from inside the prison. The access is going to come from outside of the prison. So let me go ahead and, well, there's going to be a gate along here, that's the bottom line. Let me go ahead and put in a jail door just about there. That works out quite nicely, and that solves my problem for the time being. We're also doing fine on power, which is good. The canteen extension is looking good. I might need to go ahead and add in a few more cooks though, because everything is very, very chaotic in the middle here. But I think we're supplying enough food in general, so that is fine. How are we doing on the reforms? So we have, oh, that's good. We've got 10 people that have completed the foundation course, which is good. So can we go ahead and start the general course? And this is something which I've wanted to be really completing for a while, because it's something which I have... We've had this grant out for so many episodes now, it's ridiculous. So let me jump here into programs, and let me jump into... So right now we can go ahead and stop one of these courses, because no one's really interested in it that much, I don't think. Let's go ahead and start the general one. Or I can't. I need to go ahead and stop at least one of these. And let's go ahead and start the general qualification course. So 3 people are interested / qualified. I think it'll still take a while to actually complete that, but now at least that is up and running. We can also see the workshop is still getting used as well, which is really good to see. What is going on here? We're going to have a lockdown because shit has hit the fan. Or not a lockdown, that was probably no, bang up is what I want. Bang up, but I don't want a lockdown, I want a bang up. So everything, lots of people have just died. I don't know what that was caused by, because people shouldn't have conflicting times or anything like that. It would have been, I guess, people just walking along and... Jesus, dude, shit just hit the fan. I really don't know what happened there, essentially. I just don't. So we're going to have a bang up, so everyone's going to be sent back to their cells, and we're just going to go into permanent lockdown. To be fair, we've dealt with that relatively quickly, actually. We've got a Polaroid here, which is an interesting one, actually. We've not really had too many Polaroids at all. I think that's possibly the first time that's actually happened, so that bang up is still in order right now. As we can see, there's a lot of people. Solitary confinement is just about full, so thank God we went ahead and added in all these extra cells. So 11 out of 12 people are in solitary right now, which is quite a lot. Interestingly, there seems to be a lot of maximum security involved in there, which really doesn't surprise me. If we go ahead and look bang up, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So basically there's 1, 2, 3 people, which, to be fair, isn't that much. Saying that, I think one of them died as well, or there's 3 missing, so it's not that bad, to be fair. What about, hold up, why are you in there? You shouldn't be in there, because this is a medium only risk. Right, there's something wrong, there's something horribly wrong, so you're in there but for the wrong reason, which is strange. I think it's because I went ahead and I shouldn't have done this actually. Let me go ahead and jump back to intake. It's because I opened up that and I shouldn't have done that. I did that for a little bit and it's fine, but as we can just see, our daily cash flow and everything else has just dropped since we've done that, so I do need to go ahead and continue to monitor that. The next thing I do want to do though is go ahead and finish off this area here. This is really what I want to go ahead and get nailed in the coffin. I don't think that's a saying, but you get what I mean. So let me jump into utilities and let me go ahead and grab some door servos. That's what I need. So let's go ahead and install these along here. And then we're going to go ahead and add in another control room locally here as well. So we'll do that. We'll also go ahead and add in a, not a CCTV monitor, but a door control system. And this is going to go ahead and connect up to all of the doors in this building. I could also go ahead, actually thinking about it, and go ahead and add in another door servo in there as well. So I need to wait for all those to be built, and then we can go ahead and connect up this building here, and then we'll be good to go. So the grass has been laid, which is nice to see. Let's go ahead and jump into materials. Let's go ahead and just fill that strip in there, because that's annoying me a little bit. Also, I think we need to go ahead and add in some paving stones there. I don't like how paving stone's one thin. It's just not nice. It's really not at all. So how are things going on down here? In general, things are fine, but the gardeners are a bit all over the place. I mean, some of them are working around here, which is good, and I'm glad to see it. I'm going to go ahead and, for example, turn this onto... Or that's not even high priority. Can I even turn the gardener onto high priority there? Doesn't look like I can, which is a bit of a shame. Right, so I do want to go ahead and look at the grants though, overall very quickly. So we're going to go ahead and do cell block C by the end of the episode for 30,000, which is good. Max cell infrastructure implementation here, so increase the size of your security force, which I've done. Unlock body armor through bureaucracy, I've done. Unlock tasers through bureaucracy. I've not done that, I don't think. Build a CCTV monitor and place CCTV cameras throughout your prison. I could do all of that very quickly, to be fair. So let's jump in here. We need tasers and we need body armor, which won't take us very long at all. We can also do offshore tax haven now as well, which is not a bad thing, but I think I'll leave it for the time being. I'm just looking here, what is this small cells one? So the cells in your prison require a certain amount of space to fit legal requirements. But imagine how many more cells you could fit in if that wasn't the case. Remove the minimum size requirements for a standard cell. To be fair, I could do with 2x2s. That'd work out not bad actually, but I'm not that bothered if I'm totally honest, I'm really not that bothered. Anyway, so the bang up is still going on, but the bang up has been removed now, so as of tomorrow morning, everything will go back to normal, which is fair enough. I think just a lot of people missed out maybe on a second meal today, but that just allows for the whole kitchen to essentially reset. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to go ahead... Oh, so you can authorise your armed guards to use lethal forces. Oh, right, okay. Oh, that's interesting. That's maybe not a bad thing to go ahead and use, actually. As we can see, solitary confinement is starting to empty out. Definitely need janitors to do around, though, that's for sure. We are going to go ahead and do a shakedown as well because of that, though, because obviously there was a little bit of a threat there, which was not nice at all. So how's things going on over here? So this is slowly getting installed. We are going to go ahead and speed this up. It looks like one of the guards is doing an inspection here of the library, which is good, and all that seems to be sorted out there. Can I hire more staff to go ahead and work in this area, actually? So, does a lawyer need an office? That's one thing, actually, which I'm not going to go ahead and put in. Is there, like, someone which can go ahead and work a lot of these rooms? Because, essentially, a lot of these rooms are actually empty, which is not nice to see. The reason I built them is to actually get used, which would be nice. So the only other person we've not got unlocked is a sniper, and I mean the sniper's not going to run all of this stuff, so I don't really think I can do much with it, to be honest. I'm going to hire 2 more guards anyway, and you guys are going to get to work, which is good. So let's go ahead and connect this up to the electrical system. So we'll go ahead and connect you up there. Let's go ahead and prioritize those 2 little bits there, just so we can go ahead and basically get this connected up. Actually, I think we can do it now, actually, so let's go ahead and do that, even though this is not in operation yet. So let's go ahead and just connect up all these doors in this building. So this is just basically the security system for this building, and then we're going to go ahead and we can also put a CCTV one in this room as well, I think that would be a good idea. So that is that solved. It looks like we've got equipment tasers unlocked there as well. As you can see, our daily cash flow has really dropped a lot. It was at like 9,000 at one point, we're back into 3,000, which isn't good. At least though we've got 72,000 all in all, which I'm just really glad to see that. So the next thing we need to go ahead and do, is there red people in here? I'm just trying to think. I don't know if there is maximum security people in this block, or if it was just what the lighting was, or maybe you were there temporarily, because it looks like you guys are still all grouped off here over to the left, which is good. So I don't really know what that was all about. It looks like, and I think that's the problem, it's when people are passing through the yard that we seem to have the fights, which is kind of frustrating, but it is what it is if you get what I mean. So with that done, let's go ahead and, as I said, turn my attention back towards that grant. So what do we need to do? What have we done essentially? So let me actually go ahead and take out the grant. So we get 20,000 to go ahead and complete the grant, and we also get 20,000 when we go ahead and complete the grant. So looking on this left hand side here, so we need to just go ahead and build a CCTV monitor and place CCTV cameras throughout your prison, which I think in general would be really good to have. So let me go ahead and, Jesus, this is a lot of different objects we can go ahead and place. Let me go ahead and place a CCTV monitor, which will go in, I'm going to put it in this room here. It could go in multiple places throughout the prison, but you're going to go in here. Then we're going to go ahead and start to build some CCTV cameras. So whereabouts should these CCTV cameras go? Well, I'm going to go ahead and put them in... I don't know if these can just be placed in the middle of the yard. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put them in the middle of the yard, and I'm also going to go ahead and put them in, for example, a canteen as well, because I think this is one of the areas which is one of our most disruptive. Everything seems to really happen around here. So that's those built. I need to go ahead and connect them up to electricity, which I'll do very, very shortly. Where else? I can't really think where else, to be honest, would be useful. So it is essentially just, it's coming in and out of the cell blocks as well. I think that would be quite useful to have there as well. So we'll go ahead and add some more in here, and then we can go ahead and connect these up to the electricity and then up to the monitor. So I'm very quickly just going to go ahead and connect you guys up to the grid. It shouldn't be very difficult to do at all. And I just want to make sure we don't have a power outage. Let me go ahead and check. So we're doing fine actually. We've got plenty of power to go ahead and use, which is good. So let me go ahead and add in a massive electrical pipe right through the middle of the prison here. We'll then go ahead and attach you up there, attach you there. And is that all the cameras installed and connected up to electricity? Essentially, I think it actually is. You're connected. Yep, everything else is connected, which is good. So I need to go ahead and I need to build more CCTV monitors. I need to essentially connect you guys up. So, do you connect up? I need to connect you up to electricity first of all before I go ahead and actually connect you up to the CCTV cameras. One other remote door while this is all still getting built as well, I think would be the entrance to this building, because I mean people are just waiting here unnecessarily, which is a little bit stupid. So let me jump back into utilities, jump back into the door servo, which I've never heard of the word servo before in my life actually, so a strange and a new word for me there. So let's go ahead and build that in there. As we can see, you've got someone on you, which is good. Let's go ahead and very quickly connect up just the remaining, well, that needs to build first, so we'll do that in a second. We'll turn our attention here to the CCTV monitor. So let's go ahead and start to connect all you guys up, and as we can see, you guys are already into operation, which is great. The yard's going to be covered a little bit better, and this is just going to go ahead and take the, I guess, stress essentially off of our... Well, that's not good. Water seeping that... Whoa. Yeah, I need to go ahead and add in a lot more drains. That's really not good in general. And I also need more janitors. At least the janitors are in here now, but things are just a little bit messy here, as you can see. I think it's the sickness maybe, or not really 100% sure, but things in general are just not as clean as they could be here. So the good thing is I have completed that grant. The bad thing is it looks like I can only go ahead and connect up one CCTV camera to one CCTV monitor, which is a little bit frustrating. So I'm going to have to go ahead and essentially build a lot, and I mean a lot, of CCTV cameras. So I'm very quickly just going to go ahead and connect up these doors to this board here, and essentially that CCTV monitor is really not going to get too much use. It's essentially just outside here, so I'm going to go ahead and destroy some of the cameras which I've built because some of them are a little bit unnecessary. We've also already got the, whatever it was, the grant reward, 20,000 I think it was all in all, so it's not really, I guess, as important now to have multiple cameras anyway. So we're actually going to go ahead and destroy you. We're going to keep the two in the yards, which I think will work out quite nicely. You're in use, which is fine. We'll go ahead and delete you, and we'll keep two of them in the canteen. So we'll keep that central one, and we'll also keep this one over here, so that'll work out fine, and I'll go ahead and connect up the rest of those in a second. So let me go ahead and turn my attention back to grants. What about this one? So produce 30 license plates. I think we'd already done that, or we're very close to it. How close are we to it? Because right now we've got the workshop in action, but unfortunately it's obviously not producing anything, so I'll go ahead and work towards that. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and cancel that because I want to work towards cell block C to the end of this episode. So the good thing is we're already 86% of the way there because we've already got 86 cells. So I do need to go ahead though and add in some more cells. So are we going to get 14 cells in here? Essentially we're not, which is not nice to see. So that is very, very annoying and frustrating, and I'm not happy about that at all. I don't know how I'm going to solve this issue because essentially I'm going to have to build another cell block along here, which I don't mind doing to be fair, but it's something which I wasn't planning on doing for the time being. So we're going to go ahead and build our new cell block over here. So I'm going to use a combination of the quick building tools, as I said. So we've got luxury cells here. What are these? Jesus Christ, that is some luxury. TV, radio, your own shower, your own toilet, bookshelf, desk, and bed. Jesus Christ. That is very nice. Anyway, we're just going to go ahead and basically just build a bunch of basic cells. Do you build in brick or concrete? I'm not really at all sure. I'm just going to go ahead and build enough cells. I need to build 14 cells, so it's really not going to be a lot of cells which I'm going to build. I'm also going to build some showers to go along with this. So let me go ahead and slowly but surely start to build this. This will take a while and there's no rush. I am also not going ahead and building a building right now, so this is just out in the open, so I need to go ahead and build the building as well for it. So this is going to take quite a while to do, but it's just a different way of building and something which I've not really done this series yet. So that there is 9, that's 13 right now, which works out fine. So let me go ahead and add in another one there, then we can go ahead and add in another cell there, then there'll be a large shower area in the middle here, I think, and then, yeah, that'll work out fine. We'll just add in a few more cells in there and in there. So this is out of brick, which maybe isn't the best compared to concrete anyway, especially we've been going down the concrete road, but this is just a quick build and it's something nice and easy to do. So along with that, we've gone ahead and done that. I want to go ahead and actually create a brick building here in between all the gaps essentially, so that's what we're going to do. So that's going to take quite a while to happen, and then I also want to go ahead and very quickly add in a large jail door, so that's going to be our 4th cell block. Now what kind of prisoners am I going to put in here? I don't really know, to be honest. I think I might go for... oh, I don't know, let's probably go for... I think I'm going to go for medium risk. Let me go ahead and actually have a look. So let me look at my reports, look at my intake or my prisoners. So as we can see, low risk is the largest amount we have. However, normal risk I think we can definitely go ahead and handle. So I'll go ahead and go for normal risk. So that's going to take a while to build, so I'll just leave that for the time being. But that will definitely go ahead and... actually, I think we'll not actually have to... I suppose it's trying to invite prisoners in already, which is not good, even when we're really not ready at all. Don't know why it's doing that again. It always sometimes spasms out, which is very strange. Not good at all. Anyway, let me go ahead, sorry, and very quickly just temporarily ban the intake. I don't want to go ahead and... I don't want to add in any more prisoners right now until this new area is ready. So we're closed, we're not accepting any more prisoners for the time being. Even though these cells are built, they're nowhere near ready to function. We've got so much, and I mean so much building to do. This is us at ×3 speed and it's still very, very slow. Interestingly, we've already got a near maximum security. Why are you out there? That is just so stupid. Really don't know why you're out there. You're not going to be out here. This is eventually going to be for medium anyway, so we'll be fine. Although we are already about to, it looks like, accepting some more prisoners, so... oh, this is just absolutely crazy, honestly, absolutely crazy. So while all this is happening, we need to go ahead and obviously add in the good old utilities as well. So we're going to go ahead and connect up to the main, I guess. I've started to really use a lot more small pipes, way too many small pipes actually. So this is just the main, this is me using the large water pipe, which is something I've not done in a long time. But we need to go ahead and obviously just give some juice to these toilets, which I'll go ahead and do. And then we also need to give some juice to the showers as well, which I'll do. And this shower, you can already tell what this shower area is going to look like, to be honest. It's just going to take a little while to build. So most of the indoor area is actually being built to quite a high standard, which is good. As we can see, a lot of it is building quite well. There's people sleeping in here already though, which, and especially you're a maximum security prisoner, so have you moved out of here or have we just got more maximum security? That's the problem. We can hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 maximum security prisoners, but right now we have, I think, like, what, 12 maximum security prisoners? Yeah, so we've got 3 which, and those 3 of course are sleeping in here right now, which are essentially just out with the area which I want them to be in. But I can go ahead and solve that problem. So how will I solve that problem? Well, what I've done here is I've gone ahead and merged these. Well, this is cell block, technically this is my 4th cell block now. And what I mean by that is we've got, this is cell block number 1, our original, then we have number 2 here, then we have number 3, which is this small one in the middle here, which is for the maximum security, and then this is number 4. So if you understand it, it's basically just by different entrances, so there's 4 different entrances to 4 different cell blocks, if you will. So what I've done is I've gone ahead and extended cell block 3, which is the maximum security one, to have 4 more beds, and that means that the 3 prisoners which are currently sleeping in the unfinished cell block 4 will go back into cell block 3, where they really should be, housed with the other maximum security prisoners, which will be good. So I do need to go ahead though and add in some more objects, which I'll very quickly do. The good thing is I don't have to do that for cell block number 4 though, because the good thing is with the quick build, it already does it for you. Right, so time to go ahead and use the clone tool for the first ever time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and grab this area here. And then what we're going to go ahead and do is try and paste it down there. Now this is a little big, don't get me wrong. It is actually, let's go ahead and cancel that, and let's cancel that. I'm going to go ahead and cheat the system here actually. So what I'm going to do is essentially just go ahead and take that small bit there, so that'll work out better. We definitely don't need as many showers over here, and we'll go ahead and paste that in there, and that works out absolutely wonderful, just what I want. So Trish, you need to fuck off, mate. Go back to the other cell block. Right now this cell block's just an absolute mess, people are being sick, and there's also no electricity. However, I have laid electricity, so oh shit, looks like another death as well. So yeah, things are not good. I think I need to go ahead and get myself some more guards soon as well. In general, just... dude, shit's just hitting the fan, not gonna lie. I think stuff is it's starting to get a little bit out of control, which isn't good at all. So, we're gonna go ahead and do another shakedown, because every time something like that happens, I want to go ahead and try and return things to normal. We're still working on this though, and we will get there with this new cell block. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead, while all this is still going on, I'm gonna turn you into just a medium only, and then we're gonna go ahead and turn you into maximum, you into maximum, you into maximum, and you into maximum. Even though the prison is being closed, it's still brought in lots more prisoners, which is very frustrating. So what I am actually gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna have to make a modification. Even though I closed the prison, I closed my intake, or it changed back, I don't know, anyway. Let's go ahead, I need to change this to shared, because right now I don't actually have enough room for prisoners. This cell block 4 needs to be shared essentially, which I don't mind, to be fair. There's not a lot of people in here anyway, so what problems really can be caused? So let me go ahead and jump back into deployment. You need to be shared essentially, which really sucks. Then if we turn our attention back over to here, I want to get the maximum security back into here. That's really what I want to do. So let's grab cells, let's go ahead and define use, and then define you, and that all works out nicely. Final small thing I need to do is go ahead and add in some water pipes to go ahead and, as I said, give these toilets a little bit of juice, and there we go. That essentially now works and solves that problem, which is good. So whereabouts are we at now? I mean, the amount of water that spills out, even though I've got lots more drains in, maybe I need to go ahead and add in drains underneath. It's very strange. As we can see as well, a lot of the prisoners are getting very, very close there, which is something I'm also not liking at all. So our new cell block, we just accepted more prisoners. Hopefully you'll go ahead and you'll move back next door. I don't really care what's going on over here. There's another tunnel actually. Shit, did someone escape? That wouldn't be good if someone did escape, but if I jump back in here to materials, remove tunnel, that'll get done. In general, I think I just need to go ahead and hire a lot more staff. Essentially as well, why is everyone in the yard at the one time? It's a bit crazy. It's just, people are moving from one place to another, and I think this is where we're starting to fail a little bit as well. Anyway, I want to go ahead and add in more monitors, and that's something which I'm going to do, and we're going to do that in this area here, because there's a little bit of free room, which we can go ahead and do this. So let me jump into here and let me go ahead and add in some CCTV monitors. So we're going to stick you guys in here, and we're just going to stick these back to back basically along this section here, which is quite easy to do. And then we're actually going to go ahead and make a small, very, very small, but it will be a room out of this as well. So let me go ahead and think about this. So we're going to do a wall up there and then a wall there. Then we're just going to do staff doors, which is something I've not placed in a very long time. We're going to go ahead and place you in there and place you in there as well. So that gives access to these monitors, and that means we can actually get use of this CCTV cameras properly. So let's go ahead and connect you guys up to the power very quickly. So connect you up there, and then you're quite actually close to the mains. So we'll go ahead and run a wire along there. And again, we're still nowhere near our maximum power, which is good. So once that's built, we can go ahead and connect up there's one camera there which needs connected, there's another camera there and another camera there, and because there's 3 monitoring stations there, that'll work out fine. My only worry is now though that we're starting to run out of guards again, so I'm going to go ahead and add in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more guards to go ahead and relieve stuff. I'm also going to add in 1, 2, 3 more janitors as well, just to go ahead and start to clear things up. I think we also need to add in a 4th doctor. That's something which I think would be a good idea to go ahead and do, so we'll do that. And we're up to 108 prisoners, which is quite a lot. At least though we have a lot, and I mean a lot of money in the bank here as well. So is there any maximum security prisoners in here? I don't know, and I won't know till bedtime, which, to be fair, is only 5 hours away, so, but I'm starting to see Trish, which she would in the cell block number 4, you're in cell block number 3 now, which is good. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is pretty much wrapping things up, to be fair. Actually, there's really not too much more to do, and there's not too much that I've not achieved that I've not done yet. The final thing is I need to go ahead and do is actually connect up this, or these CCTV cameras. So we'll connect you up there. We'll then go ahead and grab this one and we'll connect you up there. And then we'll go ahead and when you finally do get functioning, we'll connect you up to this camera over there. So that's good, and that is literally everything dealt with there. So as we can see, prisoners, it's just, I probably need to go ahead and if I was to continue with the series, which if I do come back to, which I might come back to, then I definitely need to go ahead and segregate the, just in general, the whole prison a little bit, just because prisoners are very much getting caught up going in between activities, i.e. from eating to the yard, stuff like that. Just because everyone comes through the yard, it's a little bit of a mess, and it's something which I'm not very happy about at all. Anyway, so as you can see, our new area is, it's still got 1 maximum security guy in it, but it's not got as many as we once did, which is good. As we can see, this shower is way too busy, so yeah, I think there's definitely a lot of work. I mean, I'm happy with what I built, don't get me wrong, I'm really happy with what I built, but at the same time, I am, what's going on here? Something close by, there must be a tunnel under here somewhere. And there we go, that is that issue solved. Don't think it was a tunnel, but I searched the cell block and that problem was solved. But anyway, going back to what I was saying, I'm really happy with what I built actually. Essentially, I have built everything in the... I've not built everything in the game at all, but I've built a lot of stuff in the game, and I think I've given myself a good, proper go at this game. If I could go back and change a few things, the things I would change is the layout, like the admin building needed to be so much bigger off the start. I really underestimated that, that's for sure, so that's why the admin building layout is really kind of messy. The canteen as well, essentially I just have one ultra large building right up the middle, which should be more even, and it wouldn't be, for example, every single one of these buildings is a different size, and it's just a little bit of a mess overall. Cell blocks as well, I would have just made it all into the one large building, just keep extending it, so there wouldn't be, for example, this small gap here, which kind of looks a little bit silly when you look at it from up here, but in general I am really happy the way I've gone ahead and made that work. Though I would maybe do things the other way, and that's what a few people suggested, go ahead and have all of the prison cells in the middle, and then have the facilities on the outside, which I also like that idea as well. Different ways of building prisons, I guess you could say, and everyone has got their own preferred way. I didn't really have my own preferred way at the start, so I just went with my gut instinct, and I'm quite happy with how that has gone down. Right, so we're going to go ahead, I just want to connect you up to there as well, actually, because I think that would, I don't know, I can't seem to get a guard in here, which is frustrating. The reason is because I can't do guards back to back, so that's not worked out the way I've wanted it to, but it's really not the end of the world at all. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap this episode up here, ladies and gentlemen, so hope you have enjoyed this series. This series may return, it may not. It just really depends on demand. Like, for example, City Skylines returned recently. That was just because of demand, so if people are wanting to see more of this, then I'll happily play it. I could also go ahead and sell my prison, so if I am to go and jump into here and get a valuation, then I could sell this for 440,000, plus the cash I've got right now. I could go ahead and have... what, 570,000, so I could definitely go ahead and build a pretty epic prison, which I think would be very, very nice. Again, just go ahead and leave a comment down below and tell me what you would fancy in the future. I might come back to this game in the summer, because that's when I'm going to have a lot of free time, but if there isn't really much more interest, then I'll go ahead and buddy it until then. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Please leave a like, rating, subscribe if you are new around here. Go down into the description below and go ahead and check out my Twitter and Facebook pages where you can find out all the updates about what's going on my channel, new series, all that sort of thing. There will be a new series starting soon as this series is ending. One final thing I would want to say is that this game is absolutely amazing, and if you have the chance, go ahead and grab it. It's a game which is easy to play but definitely hard to master, and that makes a very good game. It's very quickly and easy to pick up the basics, and I picked them up very quickly. But some of the stuff in this later few episodes I've definitely struggled with. Say for example the CCTV monitors, the door control system, that sort of thing I actually had to go ahead and look up essentially. Anyway, that's it for this video, so thank you very much for watching. My name is ConflctNerd Callum, and I'm out.